lecture. So we have a wonderful speaker. So His Grace Satyasara Prabhu. He is the founder of ISKCON of Cedar Park, Hare Krishna Temple of Austin. Prabhu doesn't need any introduction. I think all of us, we are familiar, but it's our purification and delight to share a few words about the great Vaishnava. Prabhu has thoughtfully designed various programs for every day of the week. And we also, Prabhu also prepared us like upfront, any festival comes, to get into that mode, we used to get into that mode, various programs conducts, and each of that program aimed at transforming the lives of hundreds of families and guiding them on the path of Sanatana Dharma. Dharma means way of living. So his selfless service is an inspiration, encouraging each of us to progress on our spiritual journey. So we extend our heartfelt gratitude to Satyasara Prabhu for giving us opportunity to engage in pure devotional service and for enlightening us amidst of the distractions and confusion of the material existence. With that, we will welcome loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you for the kind words, Prabhu. I don't know if I deserve that, but I'll take it. So with that, devotees, thank you all for coming for the Sunday Feast program. So while I'm setting up, Tirtha is going to sing Jai Radha Madhava, short one, because I tend to give long classes, so short.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Nila Madharade. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe.
Shri Radha Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Shri Gauranita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki jai, Tirtha ki jai. Prabhu, the battery is going down. Okay, Hare Krishna devotees, while Prabhu is getting the batteries ready, we'll get started. Since you are feeling cold, if you can come closer, then it'll be cozy. Hare Krishna. So some devotees have asked me to speak on the glorious pastime of Sakshi Gopal. There is a deity witness Gopal. The deity came and gave Sakshi. So that is what devotees requested. I gave this class in a different forum, but many devotees could not attend. So they requested me to speak on that. It is really, I feel very blessed to narrate that pastime. So, a small break. Jai. So it's an honor to speak about the pastime of the Lord. So if you have heard this, how many of you heard this pastime before or read? Okay, very good. So it is good to hear again and again. Acharyas have said, Shastra says, the pastimes of the Lord should be heard again and again. For many reasons for that. Two main reasons. Shastra says. So I'll give two main reasons why we should hear again and again. The first is the Lord's pastimes are Nityam Nava Nava Yamana, meaning it is always ever refreshing, ever pleasing, ever purifying, ever enriching. So we all wanted to be ever pleasing and ever enriching. So we have to hear the pastime again and again. Number one. Number two is a practical reason. The practical reason is when you hear the pastimes again and again, you will hear the finer points of the pastimes, of finer principles behind the pastimes. So those principles can be implemented in our life, so we can advance in bhakti. And also, what happens when you hear the principles of the pastime? The heart will become pure. That's correct. And also, it will inspire better, and also it sweetens the pastime. You appreciate the pastime more, isn't it? Wow, this much in it. I did not know this when I heard first time. So it keeps that increasing the sweetness. So having said that, before we delve into the pastime, I would like to read a beautiful sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is one of the most favorite slokas of me, because this sloka gives a lot of instruction, and Prabhupada's purport, though it is a very short purport, extremely instructive for progressing in Krishna consciousness. The verse is 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 13th chapter, 31st verse, 6.16.32. 6.16.32. Go to vedabase.com. So I will tell you while you are looking up for this verse. So why I picked this verse, as I said, it's my most favorite verse. This verse perfectly aligns with the essence of Sakshi Gopal pastime, number one. And number two, this verse also will help us to appreciate the depth of Krishna's costless mercy and his sweetness of his loving reciprocation with his devotees. So this is the very, very beautiful verse, instructive verse. Ready? You have it ready? Okay, so let us see the 6:16:31. 31. I was just checking all of you. 31. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I think the Krishna tricked me. Oh, so okay. 31. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I'll read the Sanskrit. Taddarshanadvashta samastakilbisaha swastha hamalanta karano bhyayan munihi pravriddha bhaktya pranayashu lochanaha prarishtaro namadadi purusham taddarshanadvashta samashtakilbishaha swasta malanta karano bhyayan munihi pravriddha bhaktya pranayashu lochanaha prarishtaro namadadi purusham taddarshanadvashta samashtakilbishaha swashta malanta karano bhyayan munihi pravriddha bhaktya pranayashu lochanaha prarishtaro namadadi purusham. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. As soon as Maharaj Chitraketu saw the Supreme Lord, he was cleansed of all material contamination and situated in his original Krishna consciousness. Being completely purified, he became silent and grave, and because of love for the Lord, tears fell from his eyes, and his hair stood on end. With great devotion and love, he offered his respectful obeisances unto the original personality of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada's purport. The word Tad Darshana Dvashta Samashta Kilbishaha is very important in this verse. If one regularly sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the temple, one will gradually be disinfected of all material desires simply by visiting the temple and seeing the deity. When one is freed from all results of sinful activities, one will be purified, and with a healthy mind, completely cleansed, he will increasingly make progress in Krishna consciousness. Unquote. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Sakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langyate Girim Yadkripa Tamah Mande Shri Gurundina Taranam. Beautiful sloka. I'll give a brief context to this verse in the story of Chitraketu, so that you know where this verse comes. Chitraketu Maharaj was a great emperor of the world. He was ruling the entire world. Approximately in the first Satya Yuga of 7th Manu. Who is the 7th Manu? Vaivashvata Manu. First Satya Yuga of 7th Manu is Vaivashvata Manu. We are in 28th cycle of Vaivashvata Manu, Kali Yuga. Think about how long this past time happened. So Chitraketu Maharaj was ruling the entire world. He had one problem. He is a saintly king, Raja Rishi. That means he follows all the religious principles and ruling the world. One problem is he didn't have son. So after a long time, I'm going to cut short it in the interest of time. He was blessed with a beautiful son. The son was growing up, and by the will of the providence, the son died. And he got situated in a great distress because only son, after a long time, he also passed away. At the time, the great rishis, you all can come forward, please. Yeah. So the great rishis, the Mahabhagavat devotees, Angira Rishi and Narada Rishi, they visited Chitraketu Maharaj's palace to console him because it's a great distress. Putra Sokam is the toughest one. So they're consoling him by teaching him the science of Bhagavad Tattva, meaning the principles of bhakti. We are not this body, we are spirit soul. So you have to come out of this lamentation and so on. In order to console him fully, Narada made that son come back alive. The soul of the son's body came. Then Narada said, your parents are lamenting, so advise them. The soul said, why are you lamenting? Which father or mother you are? I had many fathers and mothers in my lifetimes. So the soul moves on. Na anyate anyamane sarire. So there's no death for the soul. So now I moved on to the next body. Why are you lamenting? You are a different person now. So that was a big revelation for Maharaj Chitraketu. So then he said, how do I was so attached to all these things. How can I come out of this attachment? Narada gave beautiful instruction. He said, you have to worship the Lord. Lord Ananta Deva. Who is that? Mahasankarshan. The Lord in the form of Sankarshan. So you have to worship him, and he will take away all the attachments, all the obstacles. Sankarshan, I don't want to go into more detail. We worship Sankarshan to get the spiritual strength. If you are suffering, you're dealing with some big problem which is an obstacle to your devotional service, you worship Sankarshan. He is Chaturvya. He comes in the framework of Chaturvya, the fourfold expansion of the Supreme Lord. So Narada advised that he is a spiritual master. So you just worship Lord Sankarshan with all your heart. The Lord will take care of you. So he took the instruction of Guru to the heart. Then he was offering heartfelt prayers, and he was in a deep, intense meditation on the lotus feet of Lord Sankarshan. So what happened? The result of that is Lord appeared. A beautiful form. If you have to read that canto to understand the beauty of the Lord, the real beauty is the Lord's form. He appeared in front of Chitraketu Maharaj. Chitraketu Maharaj saw the Lord, and this verse is describing the effects that he felt by seeing the Lord. That is the sloka. So I picked this sloka, as I said, is because we come to temple, and every time we come to temple, we take darshan of Radha and Krishna. Gauranitai. Look at Krishna and Radharani. How beautiful. So now I want all of you to keep this in mind when I go through this verse. Chitraketu Maharaj, when he saw the Lord, he had three effects that is explained in this verse. When we take the darshan of the deity, the beautiful Radha and Krishna, do we experience the same effect? If not, what is missing? So that's what the exercise is today. Then I'll narrate this pastime. The time permits. So this is just a prelude only. It's a background I'm setting for the pastime. So, brilliant purport. It's a very illuminating, transcendental purport of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada answers many questions. Short purport, but it's a golden purport. Okay? We should memorize these purports. So, the first effect Chitraketu Maharaj had is, in the translation you can see the first effect was when he saw the Lord, his heart get cleansed. Srila Prabhupada uses the word disinfected. Very important. Right? Your heart gets disinfected of all material desires. So Chitraketu Maharaj had the same effect. Do we get the same effect when you come in front of the deity? Something to think about. So what does disinfected means, the material desire? What is material desire? Very good. To enjoy apart from the Lord. Yeah. Something that will bind you to the material world. Yes. Something will obstruct you from progressing in. Absolutely, all are correct. So the material desire means the desire to satisfy your senses separate from Krishna. I'll put it like this. Practically. Any desire that doesn't get fulfilled, even after you trying so much, that is material desire, practically speaking. If it is spiritual desire, it will get fulfilled. The nature of the material desire is that it will never get fulfilled. It will keeps increasing, or the hankering increases. Okay, I want this much money. Oh no, I want this much, I want this much, I want this. It keeps growing only. So Acharya says that any desire that is not fulfilled, that means that is a material desire, practically speaking. Okay. So when you come in front of the deity or when you see the Lord, our material desires goes down. That's the first effect Chitraketu Maharaj had. So then people say that, Prabhu, you are saying there's three effects you should get when you come in front of the deity. The argument people generally put is, Here Chitraketu Maharaj is seeing the Lord face to face, in person. But here we are seeing the deity only. How can you expect the same effect, isn't it? You all agree with that logic? No? Srila Prabhupada is addressing the answering that. What does Prabhupada says? Prabhupada says that the deity of the Lord and the Lord are non-different. So there is no question of saying that, okay, Chitraketu Maharaj saw Krishna face to face, here we are seeing the deity. It doesn't work. Because Archa Vigraha form is Sakshat Krishna actually. Sakshat Krishna, Radharani are standing here looking at us. If we have that realization or understanding, we will have this effect. Guaranteed. If this effect is not there, that means we have a material eyes. We are looking at the Lord as a stone. Or we are looking at them as, some representation. If you are really seeing Krishna is standing here, you will have this effect. First effect. I was thinking about this morning. So what if many people come to temple? If you go to India, the temple is filled with people only. Do they have this understanding that deity is non-different from Krishna? No. Will they get this effect? Disinfection? Yes, it happens. It's like a fire only. You don't need to know the nature of the fire to get burnt. Do you agree with that? When you touch the fire, what happens? It will burn you. You did not have this knowledge. When a small kid goes and touches the fire, wow, it burns me. So deities are like that only. You don't need to know that they are non-different from Krishna to get the effect. Just going in front of them, just having the glance upon us, it purifies us. But the purification happens gradually if you don't have the understanding. If you have this understanding, purification is quick and very fast. Makes sense to you? So first effect. What is the first effect? Disinfection of material desires. Very important. Second effect, he says in the translation, Chitraketu Maharaj was cleansed of all material contamination and situated in his original Krishna consciousness. Very important point. What is Krishna consciousness? Meera? Wow. Full of devotion and bhakti. Big round of applause for her. That's wonderful. Krishna consciousness means you always think about Krishna, anything you do, whatever you do. So here, Chitraketu Maharaj saw the Lord. Heart was disinfected of all material desires. Immediately he got situated in pure Krishna consciousness. What does that mean to all of us? So when you go in front of the deities, what consciousness you have? Do we really have Krishna consciousness? We'll have all other consciousness. Krishna, I have this desire, so please fulfill me. First thing, you will be desire conscious. Second, Krishna, I want everyone to glorify me because I did this service. That is under consciousness. Second is, I don't know what prasadam is today. I don't know who cooked it. I don't know if it is spicy or not. So think about it. And also thinking about other person. Oh my God, that person is sitting here. I don't want to see her face, and she is sitting here, or I don't want this guy's face. So this is a consciousness we have in front of the deity when you go. Isn't it? That is not true Krishna consciousness, but on the name of Krishna consciousness. Oh, we are wearing tilak, we are wearing dhoti, sari, this and that, and then you think that I walked in, nobody said you a nice sari you are wearing, a nice kurta you are wearing, right? This is the consciousness we have. This is false consciousness. This is not Krishna consciousness. Original Krishna consciousness means, I'll put it like this, Acharya say, you think that I am a servant of Krishna. I am here to glorify you, Krishna. I am here to glorify, I am here to serve you. How many of us have this feeling when you come in front of the deity? How many of us? Think about where we are. That means we are seeing the deity as a stone, unfortunately. We may not tell that. We'll say deity, Radha Krishna, Radha Nila Madhava, Radha Madhava, whatever. But internally we feel that this is just a stone. It's a showcase. Bhakti. That's all we do. If you really feel that Krishna is standing in front of me, you will feel that Krishna, you are here. I am your servant. I am here to glorify you. I am here to serve you. You don't expect you to be glorified. Make sense to you? So that is what original Krishna consciousness means. So when you feel that I am your servant, you will really do service. Service with wholeheartedness. That is the third effect. Third effect is what Srila Prabhupada says, being completely purified. Meaning, your heart is fully purified means you feel that I want to do service because I am your servant, and you do service without any motivation. That's what it means. Make sense to you? What did Rupa Goswami say? Anukulya Krishna Anusilanam. Anukulya means what? Favorability. You do service with a favorable mindset. You don't do service with unfavorable. Unfavorable mindset means, oh, I want name and fame. I want everyone to worship me. Everybody is bad and I am the only person good. So these are unfavorable mindset. So favorability aspect of bhakti means there is no material motivation in doing service. I do service with the intention of pleasing Guru and Krishna. That's it. That is a favorability aspect of bhakti, meaning that no other motivation. Your motivation is to please the Lord, please Guru. Then it becomes a pure devotional service. So that's what the purification means, in the sense that when you feel this is a third effect. I want to do the service with only intention of pleasing the Lord only, pleasing my Guru. That's it. So these are the three effects one should get when you come and take the darshan of the deities. If you don't have this effect, some people come to temple many years. I have seen some people come for 40 years. So it'll be same place, same behavior, same mindset. So what is happening to them? Yeah, purification happens slowly, but they'll be in the same place because they see deity as stone or metal or whatever. They don't see Krishna as deity, as Krishna himself. Acharya says that he is not even a representative of Krishna. If you think that he is a representation of Krishna, that means you are impersonalist. You have to see him as Krishna, Sakshat Krishna standing. Make sense to you? It's very important because we have to advance in bhakti. That's why the Lord has appeared. So we have to see him as Krishna himself, Radharani himself. Make sense? I'll give an example of, if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you see great devotees, when they had a darshan of the deity, a darshan of the Lord, they went through all these three effects. Can anybody give one example from Srimad Bhagavatam? One who had so much material desires. They had a darshan of the deity, or Krishna. These three effects happened. Yeah? Dhruva Maharaj, you said? Okay, very good. Who? Maharishi, yes, correct. Maybe. Maharishi, but Dhruva is a very good example, right? He had a desire, material desire, he approached the Lord, and Lord appeared. What happened? He had all these three. Disinfected of? Yes, Meera? Prahlad also, but Prahlad had a material desire? Dhruva had it, right? Very good. So Dhruva had that. Prabhu? Arjuna also. He had some, he was attached to his family. So he had all three. I'll give another example, brilliant example. Kubja. Right? Kubja had so much lust in her heart. Lust means ungodly desire to enjoy the senses. So she's a hunchbacked lady. Isn't it, Kubja? Krishna Balram, Krishna and Dauji was walking into Mathura Mandal. Mathura, they're crossing the Mathura. They entered Mathura to meet Kamsa, to kill him. So Kubja was walking and she saw darshan of the Lord. Krishna was beautifully smiling, and beautifully dressed, and walking so elegantly. The moment she saw Krishna, what happened? She got attracted. Oh my God, who is this personality? So charming, so sweet, and so speaking so nicely. The glances are so beautiful. And immediately her pure devotion got invoked in the heart. So what did she do? What is the first thing she did? Correct. She was holding the sandalwood paste in the hand. For who? For the demon Kamsa. She'll go every day and I'll give it to him and the Kamsa will apply. When she saw the Lord, what happened? The first effect. Metal contamination went away. Immediately she got situated in true Krishna consciousness. She wanted to do service. She said, my dear Krishna, I am taking this for this demon Kamsa, but I want to give it to you and your brother Balram. Isn't it? So immediately Krishna said, okay, I'll accept it. Krishna accepted her sandalwood paste. Then the third effect. What is the third effect? Purification happened. Meaning when Krishna accepted the service, because there's no material motivation. Makes sense to you? I'll tell you this, Krishna will accept only when there is no material motivation in our service. Otherwise, he doesn't want it. He has billions and billions of gopis serving him so purely. What to speak of our contaminated heart? Huh? He doesn't need anything. But if you offer with love, without any material motivation, he accepts it. So he accepted Kubja's sandalwood paste. Then Krishna was pleased with her devotion. You know what he did? What did he do? He made her look very beautiful. So he put his palm under her chin and put his lotus feet on her toes, lift her like this. So we go to chiropractor. When there is a back pain, sprain, he straightens us up. So Krishna did a transcendental straighten up. He did like this, so that Kubda's hunchback becomes straight. She became a most beautiful woman in Mathura. That is Lord's reciprocation, the reward for her. Right? That means Lord accepted her service. She didn't stop there. What did she do? The three effects happened, isn't it? Metal contamination went away. She got situated in true Krishna consciousness because she wanted to do service to the Lord. And she gave the sandalwood paste to the Lord without any expectation. So purification happened. So Krishna rewarded. She wants to do more service. So if you do service properly, then one of the tests is that your desire to do service increases. This much, next year this much, next year this much, next year this much. You know, we keep, so that is because we are serving, we are pleasing Guru and Krishna. That's what it means. Then Kubja, what did Kubja do? She invited Krishna to her house. Krishna, I want to feed you prasadam. Sandalwood paste is not enough. I want to cook and feed you. Please come to my house. Krishna got attracted to her. Srila Prabhupada writes beautifully in that section. Krishna got attracted to Kubja's mood of service, not to her newfound beauty. Makes sense to you? Generally people misunderstand that. Who can be more beautiful than Radharani? She's the embodiment of transcendental beauty. And he has more gopis. So he's not attracted to all this bodily thing. Krishna got attracted to simple-mindedness, pure devotion in the heart, the mood of service. Krishna said, I will come to your house. Make sense to you? Important point for all of us. If you want Krishna to be attracted to you, we need to keep the mood of service, not anything else. So generally, I was thinking about this morning. We go in front of the deities and we say, you guys are here to serve my desire. Generally, that's how we pray. I want to have a healthy body. I want to have more money. I want a stable job. Isn't it? This is all we pray. But it should be the other way around. My dear Lord, I am here to serve your transcendental desires. Make sense to you? It should be opposite. But we generally go in front of the deity thinking that they are there to serve us. That is not pure devotion. So one time, this pastime comes to my mind. Very shortly, I'll say this. Krishna was in Mathura. He is a Raja in Mathura. So he was giving charity because Raja gives charity. So people were standing in a line and everybody was coming. He was giving, okay, you take gold coins, you take this diamond necklace. Krishna was giving and Narada came to see him. It's a big line and people are getting everything. Some people Krishna is sending inside the room. You go to that room and wait. You come. take, go. Like that. Narada is watching this. What is going on here? Big line, some people are getting everything, some people are, Krishna is keeping them waiting. What is going on? Then he went to Krishna, my dear Krishna, I have a question. Why are you doing this? Some people are waiting and some people are going, you are giving them. Then Krishna said, Narada, many people approach me. Some people approach me for material wealth or material gains. So I immediately give and send them away. Okay, get out of my way. But some people come to me asking for me. Krishna, I want to serve you. I want to love you. I want your devotion. For them, I don't give them immediately. I'll make them wait. I'll test them. Do they pass my test? Do they really need me, or there is something else in the heart? So I'll make them wait only. Okay, this is an important point. So the point Krishna is making is, then Narada asks, why do you do that, Krishna? Because you make people wait and they're asking you only. You know what Krishna said? It's a problem because if I give myself 100%. So they have to really deserve it. A very important point to understand. He doesn't give in fractions. Satyarupa Prabhu gets 5%, Sarveshwar Mataji gets 2%, Anjali gets 100%. Krishna does not do like that. Meera gets 100%. Anna gets 100%. It's not like that. He says, I give myself 100%. So I have to be very careful who I'm giving myself to. Make sense to you? This is Krishna. Right? So when we have devotion and love, go in front of the deity and have the darshan and glorify them, Krishna gives himself to us. Make sense to you? I'll put it like this. Deities are more alive than all of us. Can you believe that? They can see us. You're sitting, all of us sitting there watching us. Oh, they're talking about me only. You know, they're more alive than us. They see us. They see our heart. Not just how you look. They see through your heart. They know what is in your heart. Make sense to you? They hear you. They hear our prayers. They heard Chitraketu Maharaj's prayers. He appeared. They can see our actions. The actions you do in front of them, the actions you do at home. They see both. Be careful. You cannot, cheat the deities. And most importantly, if you have love and devotion, they respond to you. As I said, when Krishna gives, he gives 100%. There is no question, no doubt. Make sense to you? All you need is full faith, full devotion, and full of love for them. That is a pastime I am going to narrate. The deity responded. Okay, once upon a time, long ago, 900 years ago approximately, in the 28th Yuga cycle, Kali Yuga cycle, our Kali Yuga only, 900 years ago, in South India, a village called Vidyanagar. Vidyanagar is in Andhra Pradesh. It's 20 kilometers from Rajmandri. Rajmandri, you know Rajmandri? On the banks of the holy river Godavari. There is a beautiful town. It's a very pious town. The pious people live there. And there are two Brahmanas, pure devotees, devotee Brahmanas, Vaishnava Brahmanas were living. One was a very old man, almost 80 years old. Another one was in 20s. They became very good friends on the basis of pure devotion, meaning both were doing pure devotional service, worshipping Krishna with full heart, full love and affection like that. So one day, in the interest of time, I'm going to go shorter version. One day the older Brahmana was sitting and lamenting. He said that I'm 80-year-old almost, and I want to go on a Tirtha Yatra, meaning I want to go and see the holy places. But the old age is advancing. I don't know, before I die, I want to see all the holy places. But how would I go? At those times, there is no aeroplane, there is no fast moving trains or cars and this and that. You have to walk only. The essence of Tirtha Yatra is the austerity that one performs. One of the austerity is you walk to the holy Tirthas. Even if you see our grandparents, great-grandparents and all, they walked only, isn't it? So this Brahmana was thinking, how can I go and see all these holy places? My age is advancing. How would I go? Then at that time, so right now let us compare that with today. Today, if you want to go to Vrindavan, what do? We book a business class ticket, or we book a whatever economy class, premium economy. Yes, Mira. Fantastic. Big round of applause for you go to Delhi and you take a car and go to Vrindavan. You see all the places. Sometimes you may not be able to walk around Govardhan. What do? Auto rickshaw, air car. So how convenient everything is. And if you are very hungry, you get jalebi, you get rabdi, you get all kinds of food. Whichever holy place you go, you have all these facilities. Do you agree? Those times nothing was like that, because the spirit of Tirtha Yatra is you take austerity, then you get the full benefit. In modern day and age, the spirit of pilgrimage is not fully accomplished because of the facilities and the comfortness. You know what I'm saying? So everybody wants to just go and come. That's it. Just naam ke vaste go and come. I mean, I also do it. I'm not saying I won't do it. The point I'm making is this: the elderly Brahmana was thinking how I'm going to walk and do it. At that time, the younger Brahmana came and said, my dear older Brahmana, you do not worry. I will take you. I will accompany you. We both will walk. So don't worry about it. So the point of this, the younger Brahmana wants to do this as a service to a pure devotee. The older Brahmana is a pure devotee. What did Bhagavatam say? Mad Bhakta Puja Abhyadika, meaning Krishna tells to Narada, one who serves my devotee is more dear to me than one who serves me directly. Krishna says, I do not want direct service. You serve my pure devotee, I'll accept you. So this younger Brahmana was making that point, that this is the principle, so I want to serve you, I will walk with you. So both the Brahmanas happily started walking. They started from Andhra, walking all the way to Gaya. They went to Gaya first. From Gaya to Kashi. From Kashi to Banaras. Banaras to Prayag. This is the path you have to take. This is the authentic path. Then from Prayag to Vrindavan, the most holiest place. The Brahmanas reached there. They got in ecstatic mood because they reached the holy place of Vrindavan. They are seeing all the temples. Where Krishna performed beautiful pastimes. They saw all the places. Then they ended up in Gopal temple. Right now, there stands a beautiful temple of Govindadev. Raja Man Singh built 500 years ago under the guidance of Rupa Goswami. Then, of course, the Muslim invasion happened. Then Radha Govindaji deity got moved to Jaipur. But now it's a Govindadev temple. The replica of Radha Govindji is there, but not the original Radha Govindji. He moved to Jaipur. At that time, there was a Lord Gopal temple. So these Brahmanas went to the temple and they saw the deity. They got completely astonished. So stunning beauty. The Lord was standing in a life-size form, Gopal. They said, wow, how beautiful this deity is. The deity just stole their heart. So Krishna is called Sarva Manohari. Sarva Manohari means if you see his form, he will steal your mind and the heart. You forget everything. Completely. It happened to Yashoda Maya. So one time, again the pastime after pastime, Krishna was eating mud. You know all this pastime? So I was narrating this in one of the class. So everybody went and complained, Gopas, Krishna is eating mud, because the Gopas are concerned that Krishna will fall sick. Then who is going to play with them? Mother Yashoda, Krishna is eating mud, you should stop him. Mother Yashoda was thinking, really my son is eating mud? Then Dauji came. Balram said, yes, Mother Yashoda, Krishna is eating mud. Then Mother Yashoda got convinced. If brother is saying means it is true. So I have to punish him. So she took a stick, went to Krishna, was holding Krishna in one hand and stick on the other hand and said, Krishna, did you eat mud? What did Krishna say? Absolutely no, mom. I did not eat mud. Tell me the truth, Krishna. He said, absolutely no. Everybody is lying, everybody is lying. Then Mother Yashoda asked, Balram also lying? Your brother is lying? Of course my brother is lying. Then Mother Yashoda said, prove it. Open your mouth. So Krishna opened the mouth. What happened? He saw the entire universe, the outer space, the oceans, the mountains. Then she also saw herself. You know what Mother Yashoda thought at the time? What is this? Mother Yashoda forgot that I came here to beat my son. I came here to correct him. She forgot everything. The mind completely went blank. She is seeing the universal form inside his mouth. Then she thought that it's a Maya only. My son is such a loving small boy. So this is some Maya Shakti is creating this. And then she again came down to Vatsalya Bhavan and to Krishna and whatnot. So the point I'm making here is that Krishna does something stunning. You forget your mind, you lose your mind. You become completely, mesmerized by his activity. So that's why he's called Sarva Manohari. You lose your heart and mind and everything, you become blank, you look at him only. Like Chitraketu Maharaj in this verse. When he saw the Lord, the tears were coming out of his eyes, he got choked up. Right? So that is Sarva Manohari. So coming back to so these Brahmanas were seeing the deity of Lord Gopal, completely mesmerized by the beauty. Then the elderly Brahmana told the younger Brahmana, we will stay in this temple for a few days and practice bhakti. So they both decided to stay there. Then the elder Brahmana was, after doing his japa, and he was sitting in the courtyard of the temple and thinking, in this old age, 80-year-old, I went to Gaya, I went to all these holy places. Because of who? This younger Brahmana. When he was walking with me, he was taking care of me more than a father. He fed me, he cooked for me, he washed my clothes, he carried me sometimes when I was not able to walk. And he was feeling very grateful for this Brahmana. Because of the younger Brahmana, I am able to see all these things. I have to do something for him. Then he was thinking, he said, okay, I have a young daughter. I want to give my daughter in marriage to this younger Brahmana. That's the right thing to do. So then he expressed his interest to younger Brahmana. Younger Brahmana pushed back. Hang on a minute. I did not do this service to you just to get something back from you. I don't want anything like that. I did it service because you are a pure devotee. I want your blessings. That's all I want. He said, no. You take my daughter. You get married to my daughter. Because you are such a nice person. So I'm going a little fast. Then the younger Brahmana said, sir, you are from a Harishrakadic family. Mahakulino. Meaning, you are from a Harishrakadic family. You are very rich. You are very learned. You are from a big family. I'm exactly opposite. I'm from a poor family. I am not educated. I am not from aristocracy. It's completely incompatible. Totally incompatible match. So I do not want your daughter. But he was pushing back. No. You have to get married. Because if you think about it, in Vedic times, the marriages have happened between the families of equal level in terms of financial status, in terms of high birth, learning, social status and all those things. Even to some extent now also, isn't it? Very rarely you see, the families, the rich man getting married to a poor woman or whatever, unless you get into a love marriage. So this guy was telling some social standpoint, it won't work. So we are not compatible. Then he said, no, don't worry about social status and all. I really want to do it. Then the boy was telling, my dear elder Brahmana, it's not only your decision. Your wife, your sons, your daughter, your friends, you should ask all of them. How can you decide for your daughter? He said, no, I am the decision maker. I make the decision. So I am going to give my daughter to you. Like that. Then the younger Brahmana said, please think about this. Older Brahmana, you know very well. In the Shastra, when dad wants a daughter to marry another person, the family pushed back and the dad gave up the idea. Do you know that? What is that pastime? Rukmini. When Rukmini heard about Krishna, she wants to marry Krishna only. She decided, if I marry only Krishna. So she expressed this interest to King Bhishmaka, her father. Father said, absolutely, Krishna is the right match for you. Even I heard about Krishna. I want you to get married to Krishna. Then Bhishmaka brought up this topic with the family. What happened? Big pushback. Who pushback? Rukmini. Rukmini's brother said, absolutely no. I will not let my sister marry Krishna. A long story short, that itself is one class. But because of his association with Shishupal, Dandavakra and Jarasandh. So then if son pushed back, then father relented. Father said, okay, I want to keep the peace in the family. He told Rukmini, I'm sorry Rukmini, you cannot marry Krishna. You give up that idea, marry Shishupal. She said, how can I do that? I cannot do it. Then you know what happened. Krishna took care of it. So this older Brahmana, younger Brahmana is saying that in Shastras, this kind of things happened. When father wants to marry daughter to marry somebody, family push back. So please do not do this. He said, no, I am the decision maker. I will do it. So then the younger Brahmana is very, very clever. He said, okay, let us go in front of the Lord Gopal deity and you promise in front of the deity. Older Brahmana said, okay. So both the Brahmanas went inside the temple in front of the deity. The older Brahmana said, I will give my daughter in marriage to this younger Brahmana. This is the promise. Then the younger Brahmana said, Lord Gopal, you are the Sakshi, you are the witness. Then he made one more thing. He said, you are not only Sakshi, I will tell you this. When situation warrants in the future, I will call upon you. You have to come and give witness. The deity was looking at him. See, very important point. So this is an important point. As a devotees, we should understand. This is a Vedic principle. When there is a dispute between two parties, in the Vedic times, they go in front of the deity. They sort it out. Because the idea is, deity is not different from Krishna. Krishna is here. People speak the truth only. So between husband and wife, between parents and children, or whatever it is, if you have a dispute or conflict, go in front of the deities and ask them to speak. Sort it out. This is a Vedic principle. But nowadays, even in front of the deities, we lie. I have seen that many times. Here only people lie to me. Krishna is watching, I'm saying. So here this Brahmana says, so this is something we have to learn also. If you have any problem with your spouse, go in front of the deities, sort it out. This is a Vedic principle. Anyway. So then these two Brahmanas started to walk back to Vidyanagar. Time passed. This older Brahmana was thinking, I made a promise, I had to bring up this topic with my family. So he picked up some courage, he brought up the topic. I made a promise to this younger Brahmana that I will give my daughter in marriage. I also promised in front of the deity in Vrindavan. The family just got so mad at him. How can you do this? Who is that guy? He's a poor guy. He doesn't have any status. He doesn't have a job. How can we give our girl? No way. We are not going to do it. Then the younger Brahmana was pleading to them. He said, he's a pure devotee. I promised in front of the deity, I really want to do. Then the elder son is a little atheistic, very much into material life. He didn't believe deity and all. He said, Dad, don't worry, I'll give a solution. When the younger Brahmana comes and asks you, you just tell, you don't remember. Did you promise? No, I don't remember. Then you don't incur sin. What kind of logic it is? Sometimes we also come up with our own principle. You do like this, then it won't happen like that. This elder Brahmana was laughing at him. What kind of nonsense it is? If you deny your promise, even if you say, I forgot, you are sinful. Period. End of the story. Makes sense? Then he was telling, deity is in Vrindavan. We are in Vidyanagar. Almost 1,000 miles away. Deity is not going to come from Vrindavan to testify. Do not worry. It's not a problem, Dad. I will take care of it. Then this elder Brahmana was praying to Krishna. What is this? Then the family said, if we move forward with this marriage proposal, we will commit suicide. The family threatened him like that. So then elder Brahmana was thinking that two things are in danger here. If I move forward with this marriage, my family life is in danger. If I don't move forward, my dharma is in danger. So he said, you have to solve the problem, Krishna. You are the only one who can solve the problem. So he was sincerely praying. Lo and behold, younger Brahmana walking in. Hello, sir, what happened to your promise? You made a big promise. The time elapsed, and now, since we are back, what happened? Before even he started to talk, the elder Brahmana, the son came out and scolded this younger Brahmana. You are cheating my father, you are doing all kinds of nonsense. Get out of this place, otherwise I will hit you. Then the younger Brahmana ran away and he went to the village. He called all the village leaders and told them, this is what happened. I need justice. Everybody come. All the villagers came. Older Brahmana, what happened? You promised, this guy is telling, and we are not fulfilling the promise. Then the older Brahmana said this, out of affection for his family, which is natural. I don't remember. The younger Brahmana got shocked. What is this? Then that's it. The son said, no, this guy is, because we are from a very rich family. This guy is poor. So he wants to take away the money from us. So he is doing all these things. Then villagers started to doubt this younger Brahmana. Then younger Brahmana was thinking, you know what? This elder Brahmana really wanted to fulfill his promise. But it's a circumstantial problem. He got stuck in this family situation. So, but he is a pure devotee. On the purity of this elder Brahmana, I am going to do something. So he told the villagers, I will go to Vrindavan. I will bring the Gopal here. Gopal will speak. Everybody was laughing at him. He is a madman. In the history, deity never spoke. How is he going to bring the deity from Vrindavan? But two people are very, very happy in that crowd. Can you guess who they are? Elder Brahmana for sure. Son also very happy. Elder Brahmana was for two contradictory reasons. Elder Brahmana was happy thinking that the Lord will definitely come. Why? Deity is not different from Krishna. Son was very happy thinking that deity will never come because it's a stone. Stone will never walk and never speak. So both were happy. So long story short, the younger Brahmana went to Vrindavan. He went in front of Lord Gopal with full devotion, with full faith. He spoke to the deity. You know what he did? It's amazing. He told the entire story as if Krishna did not know. Again, this is the pure devotion. Krishna is omnipotent. He is omniscient. He knows everything. He doesn't have to hear us, isn't it? But here you can see the personalism. He's treating the deity as a person. And you're telling, you know what happened? I went to their house. I told this. This Brahmana said, no, he doesn't remember. The elder son has the story. So this is the point of formality and familiarity. Very important concept. I mean, we don't have time. Formality is, of course, you see deity as Supreme Lord. Familiarity is based on your love and affection for them. And you treat that person as another family member. He was narrating everything. Believe it or not, because of his faith and devotion, the deity spoke. My dear Brahmana, you go back to Vidyanagar, call for the meeting, meditate on me. I will manifest. I will give witness. This younger Brahmana is a hard cookie. Hang on a minute. I go there and meditate. You will definitely come in Chaturbhuja form, 400 form. Who is going to believe you? This younger Brahmana promised in front of Gopal only. I want Gopal to come. The deity said, what is this? Then he asked the Brahmana, have you ever seen in the history deity walked? Deity asked this question. You know what this Brahmana said? No. But if you can talk, you can also walk. Krishna said, what is this? It's a nice argument. Yes. So Krishna wants to be defeated by his devotees. He loves that. If you go and just logically just to defeat him, he gets defeated. He says, okay, you will win. I will come. I will walk. But two conditions. You put two conditions. The first condition is, yeah? He has to say something? First condition is, I will walk behind you. but you should never turn back and look at me. Whenever you turn back and look at me, I will be stationary there only. I won't even move 1 inch. He said, okay, no problem. Then he asked, how do I know that you are walking? Then Krishna said, you will hear my ankle bell sound. Ching, ching, ching. So you know that I am walking. The Brahmana said, okay, what is second condition? He said, every day you have to offer me 1 kilogram of white rice, ghee rice. He said, I love ghee rice. I'm walking, I will be hungry. So evening you have to offer me. The Brahmana said, okay, done. Let's go. They started to walk from Vrindavan to Rajmandri, Vidyanagar. Okay, walking. Every day you'll give one kilogram of white rice. Krishna will eat and walk. He was not looking at the deity. At one point, he will just turn back and look at the deity. Deity will say, okay, I'm going to stand here only. I'm not walking. Brahmana said, okay, we reached Vidyanagar. You be here only. Then the Lord said, okay, I'm here. Go bring everybody. He went and asked everyone to come. The villagers, the family, elder Brahmana, everybody came. Then deity spoke. Can you believe it? He said, my dear village people, my dear family members of this older Brahmana, yes, this guy promised he will give his daughter in marriage to this younger Brahmana. I am the witness. I am Shakshi. So that's why he got Sakshi Gopal. Then everybody got convinced. Even the family members got convinced. My goodness, the deity came all the way from Vrindavan. Just to, see, this is Bhakta Vatsala. Krishna is, he can go to any extent to protect and support his devotees. It does not matter to him. He breaks a rule or he does something completely extraordinary, unheard of, impossible. He doesn't care. There's another incident in Mahabharata where Krishna, to protect his devotee, he did something extraordinary. Kurukshetra war. Because Bhishma Dev promised, today I'll kill Arjuna or I'll make Krishna take the weapon. Just to protect the promise of Bhishma Dev, he took the will to hit Bhishma Dev. Makes sense to you? People say, oh, Krishna broke his promise. He doesn't care because my devotee is Bhishma. Bhishma promised, I need to fulfill the promise of my devotee. So like many instances, many pastimes you can talk about. So here the Lord did this, Bhakta Vatsala. He came all the way to Vrindavan to testify, to protect both the devotees, to protect the integrity of this younger Brahmana and to protect the truthfulness of the word of a elder Brahmana. So then the marriage happened nicely. Then both the Brahmanas were standing in front of the deity and telling, thank you so much for coming and giving the witness. But we have one desire. Then the deity said, you both are my pure devotees. Ask the benediction you want. You know what they asked? Please don't go back to Vrindavan. Stay here only. This is what happens with the devotees. No? Sometimes you give the deity to, please take care of the deity, they won't give back. So it should be always, you have to be careful. Then the deity said, okay, I will stay here only. They said, as long as we are alive, you have to stay here in Vidyanagar. The deity stayed there, they served nicely. Now you know where the deities are? Anybody? Cuttack in Orissa. So now question is, how come the deity from Andhra went to, originally from Vrindavan, Andhra went to Cuttack, Orissa? How did it happen? So long story short, there was a very saintly king, Purushottam Dev, was ruling the Orissa region. So Andhra came under his rule. So he heard about Sakshi Gopal. So he came, visited the temple, and he saw the deity so beautiful. He said, this deity should not be here. I should take him to Orissa only. But he had a dream also. Jagannath came in a dream and said, don't bring Sakshi Gopal here. I should be the center of attraction in Puri. So put him somewhere else. Then Raja Purushottam, they took the deity to Cuttack and installed the deity there, and he built a beautiful temple. So if you go to Orissa, Jagannath Puri, you can definitely visit Cuttack. It is a beautiful deity. You know, the deity can go to any extent to protect his devotees. So that's the pastime, that is Sakshi Gopal. So again, coming back to the sloka that I was reciting, if you see the deity as ask the Lord Krishna himself, then the deity will respond to you. See, the deity has just a stone or a brass or whatever the metal or wood, then you won't feel that effect that we talked about. Make sense to you? So I'll stop here and see if there are any questions. I rushed very fast. You have a question? Yes? So, you will cook, you'll give it like this, deity will take it and eat it. It's not fully described, but you can understand that you are feeding the deity. If deity can walk, he can also take and eat, right? Yes, Anjali? Yes. They built a temple. Very good question. Thank you. Now the temple, I don't know if temple exists. Vidyanagar is there, I found it. The Godavari. Any other question? Anyone? Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Inside, we can reflect that thought. So why that happens and how we can do us.
I'll just repeat what Acharyas have said. So, immediately so first the basic reason is material desires. We carry the desires in our heart, and we think that we are this body. So the desires are there, and I can fulfill the desire. And the shelter is whatever shelter we feel can fulfill the desire. For example, some people, the shelter is money. With money, I can fulfill my desires, right? Or some people it's a power or position. With that, I can fulfill my desire. For some people, it's a family. Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri. Sometimes it's beauty, meaning the healthy body, the this and that. With that, I can solve the problem. So we always focus on the false shelters, and we hang on to that. We don't have full faith in the real shelter, which is the Lord. So if you feel that the Krishna can solve my problems, Krishna can enable me to address my problems, then slowly we'll develop that kind of a consciousness. Because we don't have faith, we go in front of the deity, as I was telling, we see them as a stone only, or a brass or metal or whatever, but we don't have full faith in the Lord actually. So here what we can see from Chitraketu's, why he was able to get that effect is full faith in the words of his Guru. We don't have faith in the words of Guru. Guru says you chant purely. Are we really chanting purely? We try, but again the mind goes somewhere and we start harboring the thought, but just counting the thing. So we don't have full faith. I think everything boils down to the faith in the shelter of Guru and Krishna. So that is one of the most important thing. Then another thing is that, again, I was telling this, right? So you don't have to be a pure devotee to practice pure devotional service. We need a sincerity only. Sincerity of heart. Meaning, my Guru gave me this advice or instruction, or Krishna gave this instruction in Shastra. I want to do it. Yes, my mind is disturbing me, the desires keep coming up or whatever, but I really want to do this. I'm going to try my best. And that sincerity in our practice will enable us to go to the next level of controlling the desires and things like that, Prabhu. So I think that is where we really fail actually, because we give in to our material desires, right? So that's why Mahaprabhu said the three things are very important. One is Namaruchi, Jivadaya, and Vaishnava Seva. These three things we should not give up. But if you do Vaishnava Seva properly, you will get Namaruchi. And also you get Jivadaya. You will become very compassionate, genuinely compassionate and things like that. So the association of devotees is very, very important. So even deity worship also. So we associate with people who have that pure consciousness and be with them and serve them, and by their mercy we also develop that love. Otherwise it's very tough. On our own we cannot. We need a mercy of Guru and devotees like that. Very good, Prabhu. Thank you for asking. Any other question? Yes, Prabhu. Can somebody repeat the question? Did anybody hear the question?
Yeah, Prabhuji, it's not a question, but it's something I would like to have a clarification. The thing is, when the people are standing in the line and Krishna gives them the benediction, and then to some he says, wait in the room or say, wait for a while. What is the wait factor in this example? Waiting time example, wait time factor.
Oh, the pure bhakti, Prabhu, that Krishna gives himself. I think it's up to Krishna only. You know, it is Acharya says that if Krishna wants to reveal himself to us and give himself to us, it is up to him only. For some people, it is multiple lifetimes. Correct. So depending on what is in your heart, and you will arrange things so that that can be disinfected, that can be cleansed away. So some people it takes lifetimes. So Srila Prabhupada said, right, if you even chant Mahamantra one time purely, you will attain Bhava stage. For some people it takes 50 lifetimes. For some people it takes 50 years. Some people it takes 5 minutes or 5 seconds. So it depends on what is in your heart, how much contamination we have in the heart. So depending on that, the time is determined. Even if you are pure devotee, heart is completely pure, there's nothing, only Krishna. Still Krishna has to give himself to you. It is up to Krishna only. So that's why the shelter of Guru is very, very important. Chitraketu Maharaj, he was not completely purified to see Anantadev, the Lord. Why did he see? Why did Lord appear to him? Because of Narada. Because Narada gave the instruction and you took the instruction and wholeheartedly you followed the instruction. The Lord was pleased with it. That's why when Lord appeared to Chitraketu Maharaj, he was telling, you continue this practice to achieve pure devotional service. That means Chitraketu Maharaj was not in pure devotion. He got the mercy because of Guru. Yasya prasadat, Bhagavat prasado, Yasya prasada nakatika topi. By the mercy of Guru, we get Krishna. Makes sense to you, Prabhu? So, how long? It depends on Guru only, how much we please the Guru. That is another measure. If Guru is pleased, Krishna is pleased. Krishna gives immediately. Then it reveals himself. Makes sense, Prabhu? Time doesn't have any role to play here. It depends on our intention and how pure we are in our heart. Thank you. Yes, Prabhu. Loud.
Offering Boga, the mood and surrender, the mood we serve, it's getting monotonous. I feel monotonous. Like monotonous means like I'm feeling like I'm doing some aparadha. And any seva if I'm performing at home. So how to, because we were talking about deities and the reciprocation. So am I doing any aparadha? How to overcome? How to rectify my fault?
I'll give a short answer because of time. So there are 10 offenses to holy name we read every day. Wherever there is a holy name, you remove that and put deity there. So there's a 10 offenses to deity. So that 10 offenses, because the holy name is non-different from the deity, and the deity is non-different from Krishna. So the 10 offenses to the holy name applies to Archa Seva also, meaning deity worship as well. So we need to guard against those things. So you have to read that and keep that in mind when you offer to Krishna. Okay, that's a very, very important point. And also when we offer, we should not offer it ritualistically. Yeah, we have to say the mantras because deity worship is all about rules. You don't follow the rules, then you don't get the precise effect. So that's Krishna's, the way he manifested in deity form. So that is there. But also the feeling component has to be there. Otherwise it becomes like a monotonous. Meaning if you see sadhana bhakti means engaging our senses in the service of the Lord. So deity worship is all about engaging the senses, the sense of touch, the sense of vision, all these things. We touch the deity and we dress them, we make a garland, we offer. So senses are engaged so that senses can be purified. But if you only do with the senses, yeah, it helps initially. Neophyte devotees, they have to worship the deity because they are not purified enough. But the feeling component has to be there. That is called Bhava Rupa. So, Cheshta Rupa means you engage your senses. That alone is not enough. You have to develop the bhava also and the feelings for the Lord. Then it don't become monotonous. Otherwise, it will become like a ritual. Okay, I have to offer, I have to do this, I have to dress. That's a namkavasi, then I will go and do my work and all these things. Then you don't make really progress in bhakti. So again, this verse can be spoken a lot. If you see the verse, Chitraketu Maharaj, when he saw the Lord, the two behavioral change happened to him. He becomes silent and he become grave also. If you see the translation, what does silence mean? Silence means it's not like being quiet. Okay, I'm in the front of deity, I'll be very quiet. That is not the silence. Silence means you speak about Krishna only. You speak about Krishna's service. Not we see in temple also. I'm just saying this. As soon as there is no service, immediately gossiping, laughing, talking about somebody, talking about you, talking about money, talking about my sari, my dhoti, my kurta, my right. I mean, immediately the consciousness goes to how can I enjoy in this company. That is means we are impersonalists. We are not seeing deity as a person. If you see deity as a person, you always talk about Krishna, you always talk about Krishna's service. That's it. That is silence means. The real meaning of silence is that. That's number one. Grave, then you become grave. Grave means when you come in front of the deity, the behavior changes. You start to think, how can I serve more? How can I increase my quality of my service, quality of my chanting? That is what, so the deity service should transform our behavior. If that is not happening, you are just having a sense gratification. That's it, simple. Just for puja, people can glorify me and, all kinds of things. Then there is no pure devotion will come. Okay. So we'll stop here. It's 1:10. Sorry for the delay. Thank you very much. Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Wonderful class. Please give a big round of applause for Prabhu. Now we are moving on to the next part of our program. Is Arati. Vrajbhumi Mataji doing the Arati. Vandya is doing Kirtan.
Yeah, like this. Praveen. Come on. Remain. Wait.
Hare Krishna. See, but don't say anything. Just don't. Just don't say. See, don't say anything. Okay. He told me to stay. Like he told me to stay here. Hello. Okay, is it loud enough? Hare Krishna. Yes, it's on. Okay. Should I start? I have to wait for her, right? Okay. No. Namaste Narasim. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shri Vedanta Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Dekhatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Nitagara Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitagara Hari Bol, Nitagara Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitagara Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna devotees, please pay your obeisances. Jai Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Ashtottara Shata Srimad His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Ashtottara Shata Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur की ISKCON फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मधुरापुरी धाम की नवद्वीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगामयी की यमुनामयी की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की संकीर्तन यज्ञ की बृहत मृदंगा यज्ञ की सामवेद भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Hare Krishna Temple of Austin ki.
Yeah. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Ladadayine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha. Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha. Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha. Narasinghamadhim Sharanam Prapade. Made Tava Kara Kamala Varenakha Abhuta Shringam Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Kesavadritan Jagadish Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Tabakara Kamala Varenakha Akuta Shringa. Jaya Narsimhadev, 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 Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
स्वामी की महाराज की देव की
Thank you, Vandya, for the wonderful Kirtan and Narasimharti. Thank you, other devotees helping. So, we are excited to announce the launch of Shastradan 2024. You are all aware, like 3 days to go for Gita Jayanti. So, on December 11th, we have the opportunity to sponsor a set of Gita, $125. Each set includes 16 hardbound Bhagavad Gita, which you can share with your family, friends, neighbors. This year, the Global ISKCON community aims to distribute 4.2 million Gitas, and the Hare Krishna Temple of Austin is proud to contribute to that effort. We encourage you to sponsor sets and inspire others to join this spiritual endeavor. This year, we are also hosting a Tuladan, a traditional offering where participants donate Bhagavad Gita equal to their body weight. So each box weight 30 lbs. If you would like to participate, please contact me. So Gita Jayanti celebrations are 2 days. The auspicious day of Gita Jayanti on December 11th, Wednesday. So Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. The online program, Bhagavad Gita class going to present by Satyeshwara Prabhu. And Saturday, December 14th, a full recitation of 700 verses with a translation at the temple from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So we warmly invite you to participate in the recitation. So we already, Veena Mataji distributed and circulated the slots. If anybody wants to lead a particular slot, still more slots are there. You can put your name either for slokas or reading translations. If you have any question, you reach Veena Mataji. So Ekadasi fasting will take place on Wednesday, that is Gita Jayanti day. If possible, please refrain from consuming grains and beans on that day. So one more announcement is that His Grace Ram Tirtha Prabhu drove a charitable donation match program at GM, General Motors. He raised like $15,600 for construction of the temple. He connected 83 families to Krishna. So 83 families are participated in this. Somewhere they are connecting to Krishna. And he put effort, like he sent 2,500 emails or something. It's massive. So that's wonderful. Thank you, Prabhuji, for that effort. So we celebrated the following birthdays last week. Little Vrinda, Prashant Prabhu and Meena Mataji's daughter, Karthik, Swapna Mataji and Keshopani Prabhu's son, and Aditi Mataji. So let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times for their well-being. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now I would like to request Karthik and Vrinda Amrita Mataji to come on dais. Aditi Mataji, Aditi Mataji. Swapna Mataji, Keshopani Prabhu. Huh? Not here, okay, bro. Keshopani Prabhu and Swapna Mataji. And Srivatsa also can come. Okay, Aditi Mataji and Vrinda are not here. So, you know, right, Keshopani Prabhu and Swapna Mataji, they are very familiar to our congregation. They does so many services. Prabhu helps like fundraising. He is leading that service. Mataji cooks for temple and other services. So we'll sing for Karthik now. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Karthik, Vrinda and Aditi Mataji. Hare Krishna to you. Radha Gopinath bless you. Radha Gopinath bless you. Radha Gopinath bless you. Hare Krishna to you. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. Hare Krishna to you. Karthik, you can cut the cake. Karthik is youngest and boldest devotee.
I always admire Karthik.
Yeah. However, the serious of the class, he comes in the middle and say Hare Krishna to everyone. Wow. Haribo. Yeah, devotee blessings are very, very fortunate to get that. Yeah, Keshapani Prabhu, you want to talk? Oh, before that, Karthik, do a wish in front of the deities.
My wish is that Hare Krishna. My wish is that the temple grows. The temple gets bigger, and I have to get initiated.